Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a brave noob world. Today it's going to be Funky versus Foamy on Hardwire, the latter edition. Top right it is Funky, he's a red Terran. And on the bottom left it is Foamy. He is a blue Terran. Funky and Foamy work together very well, I kind of feel like. I think there's maybe a drink somewhere named Funky and Foamy, but maybe there's not. Alright, so this is a Brave New World replay, which means it is Bronze or Silver League. The replay was sent to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description with the subject of Brave Noob World. Alright, so if you want me to cast your Brave Noob World replay, do that. And if you want me to cast your Mid-Rank Madness replay, which is Gold, Platinum, or Diamond, go ahead and send it to Snipermonkey as well with the subject of Mid-Rank Madness. So this, yep, there we go. This is a very Brave New World thing to do, pulling 4 SCVs off the line because there's 1 SCV showing up. Gotta keep them out, boys. All right, we got a supply depot down. Go back to work. That was a lot of lost mining time, man. But, I don't know, got rid of the SCV, so maybe it worked. And hiding a barracks. Hiding a 2 racks opening with no gas. So you're planning on pumping a lot of Marines, or maybe you do need gas, but you haven't realized it yet. Oh, knows how to lower the supply depot to let an SCV back in. That is very, very cool. And what else is going on here? Okay, so 1 rack's into a factory. Double gas opening from Foamy. So double gas versus no gas. This should be interesting. Oh, and an expansion. Oh! All right, Funky. What are we doing here? So all you can do are make Marines and SCVs. I guess you can upgrade to an orbital. That's cool, which you're not doing, which you should do. Same goes for you, Foamy. At about 16 supply, you want to start making your orbital, assuming you have a barracks, which maybe you don't because you went command center first or something. But anyway, point is, you both should be upgrading to orbitals and calling those mules down for extra income. Bam! Funky knows. Funky knows what's going on here. Foamy does not know what's going on here, but at least he has gas. So this is going to be a 2 basing, I was going to say Marine only play from Funky, which would be weird. But he is getting his gas now. So, alright, because he's in factories, it's going to be a lot later than what Foamy is up to. And you're going to, ooh, Marine tank? Dude, Foamy's swapping around add-ons like an absolute pro. Look at this. Look at this play. Tech Lab. Oh, man. Building tanks, reactoring on this barracks now. He's got a starport coming in. He's 1-1-1-ing. So he has basic build order concepts. This is great. Funky is going to try to block, well, is successfully blocking an attempt to expand down here from Foamy. But Foamy is not interested in expanding right now. This is 1 base. 1-1-1 this. Used to be called the Destiny Cloud Fist build by one Husky StarCraft many, many years ago. He is gone now. I mean, he's alive, but he just stopped casting StarCraft, and he does some other things on YouTube now. Anyway, tank up, immediately has siege. There was a time, boys and girls, when siege tanks had to research siege in StarCraft 2 before they could siege. And then Terran said that's not fair, and StarCraft was like, you're right. And now they get siege out of the box. And no one complains about it because it's been normal for so long. It's still pretty good. Ooh, Liberator. Supply blocked! No! Foamy, I'll never be supply blocked again. That's what this move is called, is the I'll never be supply blocked again. We're not worried about this. So it's, I mean, here's the problem for Funky is it's juiced Marines. And it's tanks, Liberator, and a Marauder. What the weird comp is this one? A Marauder and a Siege tank from Foamy. At least bring your Liberator across. Yes. Okay, so Liberator is going to help here in this lower league game. Liberators are one of those things that are much better at the lower leagues than they are at the higher leagues. They're still pretty good at the higher leagues. I'm not going to say Liberators are bad or anything, but dealing with Liberators at the lower leagues is just like, how do I stop this Agent of Doom? It's a legitimate question. Alrighty then. Liberator. Oh, hang on. Funky's already gone. Funky's left the house, and he's on the warpath. So here's what I do. Take your tank, pull it back. Okay, you know he's coming. Pull the tank back. Foamy, pull the tank back. Put it at the Foamy. Foamy. Oh, now he's coming home. This is like the worst. This is like the worst thing that could happen to Foamy. He gets all the way up there. He leaves this tank on the other side of the map. So this is a game that Foamy should win. He's making some decisions that are causing him not to win. Including having nothing at home to defend against this. Hey, he knows how to use a Liberator, though. Come, Liberator. Come sit on your ramp. Do it. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Liberator, set a circle right here. Liberator, you must do it. Potions Master. Not in range of the Marines, though. Oh, my gosh, no. Foamy. Everything's going so poorly for you right now. Okay, but the good news is you got rid of the Marines on this side of the map. That's awesome. There's 2. That's not enough to kill you. Oh, Foamy. Oh, Funky's got a third. When did he do this? Oh, he just built his command center and floated it down here instead of taking it here. Oh, I thought that was a third. I was like, you have a third base? That is advanced for Brave Noob World. Foamy wants to expand so bad. He's got the money for it. And he's got the money for it. Foamy, you had an SCV down here, and you killed the supply depot. Wow, this is something. This is Brave Noob World. This is one of the better Brave Noobiest World games I have ever cast. Does he know about this? He doesn't know about this.
Ready for dust off.
That's right, ready for dust off. Is Funky going to expand again before Foamy takes a second base? Okay, here's a tip Day 9 taught me many, many years ago. If you don't know who Day 9 is, that's understandable at this point. But Day 9 would say, expand while attacking. So while you're attacking, expand. You have 500 minerals. So that way, if this attack doesn't work, you still have a good economy. You can still rebuild more army and come murder stuff. Ooh, defensive siege tanks from Funky, though. Getting through this is going to be... Okay, hot. Oh, you just use the medevac to provide... Okay, so tanks can shoot farther than they can see naturally. So if you bring the medevac over far enough so the tank can see this missile turret, then it can hit it. Not so close the missile turret is killing the medevac, though, okay? All right, so... Oh, and a bunker? Foamy. I like this from Foamy quite a bit. What he doesn't know is this exists. He knows there's not a second base, and he's like, aha, I have them on one base as well. I will set up a contain and win. Yeah, there... Oh, so he knows how to get vision up here. It's the scan. That's great. If you could bring your tanks up close enough to where they can fire on this tank, but the tank can't see you, that'd be pretty good. All right, got some Vikings to deal with the medevacs, I guess. Coming up this ramp would be suicide, Foamy, but you know that's kind of how this game has gone for you, buddy, isn't it? It kind of is. Funky is spending his money better than Foamy is. Got similar worker counts. Actually, Funky has more. Oh, he's got 2 bases, obviously. So he's got 2 bases, spending his money better than Senor Foamy here. Double armory coming in from Funky. Upgrades for his tanks, I guess. Yeah, okay, so now the Viking is good for the Liberator. By that, I mean we're going to lose the siege tank, but you'll kill the Liberator. So trades. Trades are real. I like the Liberator play. I like the Viking counterplay, though, even more. Foamy taking a second base. Ah, there's that vision we were talking about. Siege tank firing up. Coming up the ramp is a dicey decision, sir. Foamy, no. Oh, Foamy. Oh, Foamy. Oh, Foamy. This hurts. Yeah. All right, look. If your opponent has multiple siege tanks at the top of a ramp, coming up that ramp, I don't care what your composition is going to be bad. It's going to go poorly for you. Oh, tank down, trades. What you need to do is be looking for secondary expansions. Just send an SCV around. Take one of your workers, right-click it here, 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 right? Right-click it everywhere. Dude, look who's making fancy ravens today. Goodness. Funky. He didn't kill anything with the ravens, but you know. It's all good. I mean, making spellcasters in a Brave New World game is a rarity, to be sure. Drilling Claws for Widow Mines is coming in here too. Army value is 25 to 33. Foamy has more. Foamy's expanded. He's taken a second base. Excellent. And he's upgrading to an orbital. Excellent. Foamy. I'm rooting for Foamy here. I don't know why. I guess it's because bad things have happened to him. And more bad things have happened to him. He's lost 3,800 resources, and only 2,000 have been lost by Funky. So that's... I'm rooting for an underdog here, you know? And look at this. Funky taking a third base, though. He's staying ahead in worker count compared to what Foamy is doing. I love this play from him. Expanding down the right side is just... Poor Foamy. And that's the other thing. Foamy doesn't know this is happening. Foamy doesn't know anything that's happening over here. He has no vision on the sides of the map whatsoever. He is locked on targeted on this. And you know what? What's interesting about this is there's only one tank now at the top of the ramp from Funky. So kind of a crazy Marine tank A-move thing might actually sort of work here. Now that there's only one tank at the top of the ramp. I know there's a Widow Mine. That's a problem. Ow. But the Widow Mine's fired. Alright, is Funky... Funky Town... What's that song called? The Funky Town song. It's been in my head since this game started, but I can't remember a lot of the lyrics. Or what the song is called. Liberators can't kill buildings. Viking battles, 2v1 scenarios, bad. Bad move. Mass Viking. Is this Ketrock? Look at all this Viking production we're seeing out of Funky. Ketrock smurfing on his bronze account. APM check, averaging 50 APM each. 57 exactly, actually. Funky playing a little fast. He's got some like 100 APM spikes in there. He's playing fairly quickly. So we're just going to set up these auto turrets in range of siege tanks. And they're all going to die. But, you know, hey, they got a tank and a bunker. Auto turrets are good, but man, against siege tanks, rough. It's a rough engagement for sure. So, I mean, all right, look. This is our setup here. This is Terran base 1. He's making Mass Raven, which is like one way to do it in a TVT, I guess. It used to be viable. Do you remember? Do you remember back in the day when Raven seeker missiles did damage, splash damage, and they were good, and they were too good, and they were all over matchups. They were against Terran, they were against Zerg. There weren't as much against Protoss, but whatever. And then Blizzard nerfed them, so they did less damage splashed, and they were still too good. And then finally Blizzard nerfed them to where they do no damage on the anti-armor missile. And now Ravens are maybe appropriately used. Although they don't ever show up against... I mean, you see them mostly in TVTs. Interestingly enough. Alright, so we're going to go Raven time. Raven time. And there's nothing to defend, so these auto turrets are going to wreck. Alright, so Foamy's source of income is gone. His worker count is knocked down to 7. Mass Raven, man. pretty good. And we're going up the ramp. We just lost our economy. We need this so bad. Auto turrets getting tossed down to defend. Tanks dealing with them fairly effectively. The Ravens, there's nothing to kill them, though. There's only 2 Marines here, and there's more auto turret energy left. Oh, no. No, move commanding siege tanks into range of auto turrets. No, Foamy. And he's got this base. That's nice, but that's not enough. It's not enough. It's 48 to 14 workers. The ninja expands by Funky have been too effective. And that's it, man. Good game. That was fun, says Foamy. Oh, I agree, says Funky. Good manner. Yes, good manner. Oh, that was amazing. That was great. That was such a good TVT. I think Funky's a little bit better than Foamy is. Who goes Mass Raven? Who goes Mass Raven? Oh, well, apparently Funky does. He's a Ketrock disciple, quite possibly. If you don't know who Ketrock is, just search Ketrock on Twitch, Ketroc. You'll find him. YouTube, too. He just does Mass Raven strategies with proxy planetaries and cyclones and stuff, too. Mass Raven alone used to be really, really good. Anywho. Apparently, we're just hanging out for a while. Funky feeling the high of that win. The Mass Raven counterattack was brutal and awesome, and now he's out of here. Wait, no, he's not. He's not out of here. So overall, resources lost today, 11,000 to 3,000. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. 22 Marines and 4 tanks down, but no Ravens died today for Funky. That's incredible. 56 Marines, 9 siege tanks, 4 Liberators, 33 SCVs, 5 Medevacs, 2 Vikings. Brutal, brutal stuff here. So yeah, pro tips for Foamy would be check for expansions, right? Try to see if your opponent has bases anywhere other than their main. If you think you've got them contained to one base, you might. Like, you totally might, but sometimes you don't have them contained to one base, and then this stuff happens. He's still in this game. All right. Well, I got to get out of here. But that was something. Yeah, defending your ramp with siege tanks and widow mines and like Vikings and Ravens and stuff is pretty good. Pretty viable strategy for sure. But yeah, we talked about the other stuff. Foamy leaving his tank at home, rather here when he needed to bring it back home, and he's bringing everything back home. That tank being on move command, despite the fact that his Marine coming across the map died, and then he had enough advance warning, your units are under attack, that this siege tank that was pushing across should have come home, set up on the top of the ramp in siege mode, and dealt with those Marines. Instead, continued moving, continued rallying, and the Marines killed that siege tank, and that was kind of the beginning of the end there. So, end of the day, Foamy, rough times for you, boy. But Funky played well enough to win, so we got to give him a lot of credit for that one, too. And yeah, just begging your opponent to come up your ramp as a Terran player who just has an army sitting up there it's awesome. It's a good feeling, for sure. So he enjoyed that. All right, good stuff. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void, and a brave noob world. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption.